Hey, Nathan here from PH Studios, and welcome back to another Tower Defense Engine tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to finish the Wave class and fill in the method bodies that we created in part 1. And we will go ahead and finish this class and then move on to the next one. Alright, so first thing is the constructor, and mostly what we're going to do in this constructor is initialize all the lists. So we have 4 lists we need to initialize. Monster assets, and that's a new list of type string. Monsters, that's a new list of type monster. All monsters, and that's again a new list of type monster. And monsters to remove, and that's the same thing, a new list of type monster. Okay, the initialize method, we have a map and we need to initialize the wave with the given map. So we need to get a local reference to the map, and then we need to call reset. So we reset the wave, it'll reset everything. And we'll get to the filling in the method reset in a couple minutes. Alright, the update method, that's going to be the most lengthy method in this class, that and reset. And what we need to do in the update method is check to see if the wave is not done. If the wave is not done, we need to remove the monsters that need to be removed from the list, and then update all the other monsters. So we need to check if is not done, and then if it is not done, we need to check to see if the monsters.count, if we have monsters left, if that is equal to 0. The monsters.count gives us the number of monsters in the list. If that is 0, we are done with the wave. We have no more monsters. So we need to set is done is equal to true and return. So for every monster, M in monsters to remove, we need to remove those monsters from the main monsters list. So we have 2 lists. We have a monsters and a monsters to remove. And then we need to clear that list because we removed all the monsters. Now all the other monsters, the rest of the monsters, we need to update them. So we call m.update, we pass it game time. Okay, so when we call .remove here, we need to add this to the monsters to remove .add m. We need to add this to the monsters to remove list. And if m.health is greater than 0, that means it has reached the castle. So we remove the monster and it has more health than 0. So we need to decrease our current health. m.isBoss (2:1). Just some static data here. Of course, you can change this in your own implementation of the game engine. This just says if the monster is a boss, we lose 2 lives. Otherwise, we lose 1 life. Okay, so when we remove the monster and its health is still greater than 0, that means it reached the castle and we need to decrease our health. Okay, so now for the reset method. So the reset method needs to go ahead add all of our monsters in the main monster list and set its wave to this active object, set the delay state of every monster, and set the position of the monster. And then we need to, of course, set is done to false. Okay, so now a monster travels along a path, and the path has a start and an end. So we need to get a point P is equal to map.toWorld coordinates. We need to convert our path.start to the world coordinates. If monsters.count does not equal all monsters.count. Remember, we can call isDone. We can set isDone to true here if all of our monsters are gone from the list. We can still use this wave by calling reset. That's what it does when it asks you to play again. It doesn't generate a brand new map and brand new waves. It resets the map, and that resets all the waves. So we keep every single map and wave object, it just resets them. So if the monsters.count is not equal to all monsters, we need to clear the monsters list. We need to clear it all out and then start from scratch. So for each monster M in all monsters, opening, closing curly bracket, and then we need to set monsters.add m.clone. We do not want to get the actual object from all monsters. We want to clone it. Okay, and once that if block is checked and finished, now we need to have a for loop. For int I is equal to 0. I is less than monsters.count. I plus plus. And the reason I do not use a for each here is because you will see in a few minutes. So we need to set monsters bracket I, that gives us the ith element in the list, dot wave is equal to this. We need to set its wave to this object. Now we need to set that monsters delay is equal to monsters spawn timer times I. This is where we need the I in our iteration, plus 1. So we have a monster spawn timer. It might be 10 seconds, and every monster will wait 10 seconds between the first monster. So monster 1 goes 10 seconds from the wave start. Monster 2 goes 20 seconds. So that's why we need I here. Monsters sub I dot position is equal to new vector 2. We need to grab the point we created above, p.x, comma, p.y. And that was the converted to world coordinates, the path.start. And of course, after the if block and for block, we need to set isDone to false. Okay, so now the toString method, all we're going to do is return title. That's it. Alright, so we need one more method here that I forgot to create the method header for, and that's public wave clone. We need a clone for this as well, because the map does reset, and the map will reset the same way that the monsters were reset by cloning the monster. So we call clone. So we need a wave is equal to new wave. For each monster M in monsters, wave.monsters.add m.clone, wave.allmonsters.add m.clone. And then, of course, all of our title, boss, is it a boss wave, the spawn timer, money per kill, and money scaler. We need to copy all those as well. So we copy the title, we clone the title, so we get a brand new strain object in case we need to manipulate it in any way. So we clone the title, and we call .toStrain on that. Everything else is just wave.bossWave is equal to bossWave. Wave.monster spawn timer is equal to monster spawn timer. Wave.money per kill is equal to money per kill. And wave.boss money scaler is equal to boss money scaler. After all this, we need to return wave. Alright, so there is a property that we need to implement at the very top, and that's the public path property. We just have it currently say get, and I added a comment that says needs to be implemented after map. So let's delete the semicolon and the comment, so it just says get. Opening curly bracket, return map dot active path, semicolon and closing curly bracket. Let's go ahead and save this class, and that is it for the wave class. So, next tutorial we'll discuss the session class, and I hope you stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, a like on my YouTube channel is always appreciated, so I'll see you next time for the session class.